Hey y'all, I'm Miss Katie. Welcome to Heritage Ways, where we honor home, celebrate heritage, and spread hope. Today I would like to share with you a recipe that you can use if you have leftover chicken or turkey, especially right now during the American Thanksgiving holiday. Let me share with you a classic. It's really delicious. It has a fancy name, but it is easy and my whole family loves it. Welcome to Heritage Ways, and tonight we are in Middle Tennessee at Mr. Patient's Mama's house, Gran's kitchen, and tonight is Thanksgiving night, and that y'all are seeing this, and I wanted to tell you what you could do with some of the leftover chicken or turkey that you may have. Now, the recipe comes from page 82 in my cookbook that I wrote, my first one, working on the second one, but it's from Katie's Kitchen, volume 1, page 82, is chicken Divan. It's on the opposite side from Miss Sandy's chicken pot pie, which I told y'all about a couple of weeks ago. Chicken Divan. Now, like I said, it has an elegant sounding name, but it is very simple to make. Okay, now the recipe here calls for, it serves 10 to 12 people, and it calls for 46 cups of chicken cooked and chopped. You can use turkey, and 20 ounces of frozen broccoli cooked and drained. Let's talk about that a minute. This is all that I could find at the store. Everything was picked over because of Thanksgiving week. And this is 16 ounces and I cooked 2 of them. This says on here about 5 servings. So that would mean about 10 to 12, which goes along with what I wrote in the recipe. But I cooked both of these, which is 32 ounces. And the reason I tell you that is I want you to experiment, and don't be afraid to do so when you're cooking. For years, I still don't cook with a recipe usually, and I had to come up with measurements for my cookbook, and that's one reason why it took me so long to write my first cookbook, because I'm just a country cook, a southern cook, and I just cook, you know, been cooking really since I was 5 years old, no joke. So that's almost 50 years that I've been cooking, and I just don't usually use a recipe. But I will provide, I do provide this one in the cookbook for y'all. Now, I have cooked and drained to a, just a steamed level, all of this broccoli. So that's actually 32 ounces of broccoli. Looks great. And the broccoli I did salt it when I cooked it. All right, and then I'm going to layer the chicken. Now this is just some leftover chicken and turkey from Thanksgiving. And I didn't measure it for you, but the recipe says 4 to 6 cups. I just chopped it up. You know, if y'all had a smaller Thanksgiving this year, don't beat yourself up and don't be sad about it. It's okay. It's okay, y'all. If you just spent the Thanksgiving just maybe ordering in, or just having a sandwich and chips and maybe watching a video on television, or the parade, or if you were able to electronically talk to some of your kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews. But if this year looked different for you, it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. And I do hope that you have caught on that we at Heritage Ways are producing more content for you right now during this season in the world and this holiday season, because I want to put out as much hopeful and encouraging and comforting and joyful content for your pleasure, viewing pleasure, that I can. I want to give you an alternative to what is out there to look at. So I hope you're enjoying the content right now that we're putting out extra for you. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. Now, I do have a note on my recipe. The note says, because I have a lot of notes in my cookbook, y'all. A lot of notes and tips, tricks, menus, all kinds of things. Stories, heritage stories, just all sorts of things in my cookbook. It's more than a cookbook. If you're like me and you enjoy reading cookbooks, I think you'll really enjoy my cookbook. But one of the note under this recipe says, this is a really tasty dish. Many times I've substituted the condensed soup for a homemade cream soup or a white sauce. A low-carb sauce version may also be crafted using a cream cheese base and glucomannan as the thickener. And then I have over here 1 cup of mayonnaise. I actually, to be honest, I just eyeballed it. I didn't measure it for this video. A tablespoon of lemon juice, either fresh or the refrigerated stuff. That's the refrigerated stuff. Okay. A teaspoon, and this just really makes it. A teaspoon of curry powder. It just really makes it. And then a 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Now that's pretty much your cheese sauce, if you will. Y'all, this is so good. I don't know why I don't make it more than I do. But you could make this ahead of time and bake it later, and I've made it and frozen it too before I baked it. Even with the mayonnaise and the cream soups. It's not ideal, but if you have to, you can. You could use leftover chicken and turkey, leftover broccoli. You could make it in small amounts, large amounts. Right now I'm going to pour this evenly over the dish. I didn't mention that I did butter the dish with real butter. You can spray it if you'd rather do that. And just spread it to cover the chicken and the broccoli. I'd like to talk to you about the topping. My recipe says 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs buttered, and I didn't have any breadcrumbs, but just use your creativity. I found some cereal in Gran's cabinet that's like a cornflake deal with almonds. It's not cornflake brand, but you know what I mean. And so I measured a 1/2 cup or a little more into a baggie, and I crushed it. I've got some melted butter, and I'm just gonna put, I don't know, some butter, several tablespoons, and then I'm gonna stir that around and get those cracker crumbs on her floor, cereal crumbs on her floor. Okay, and I'm gonna stir it around. And just, you could also, if the butter wasn't really hot, you could put the butter in the baggie where you crushed your cereal. But yeah, I had this idea, and because I've got another recipe, it's actually in my cookbook, that my mother always made, and it had this as a topping. So we're going to go with what we have. So I'm going to put this on the casserole, and then I'm going to bake it at 350 for 30 minutes. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to sit down. We're going to enjoy our chicken divan with our leftover Thanksgiving turkey. And we're going to have baby llamas and baby carrots with honey. It's in my cookbook, so are the llamas. And we wish y'all a great holiday season. Thanks for watching.